Shall we? You. Yes, you. Right there. You hearing this, you are the spirit of the holy, the face of the sacred. Your frail, strong human body, the universe manifest. I give my thanks for you. I turn my face and hands toward you to behold and hold you, precious. My kindness lays upon you and surrounds you. And when I frail myself, I turn yet again and again to be gracious to you. I am inseparable from you for all time, from this life to the next and all that follow. It has been so, it is so, and will be forevermore. And with these words from the Reverend Patrice Curtis, we welcome you to worship, and let's hear some blues.
Down in the swamplands, in the land between the bayous, near the mighty Mississippi, where we feel the spirits guide you. There's land of many peoples, a whole lot of land market. There's land of many colors, and joy throughout the
Church of Baton Rouge. I'm Leslie Runnels, your intern minister, joined by Reverend Nathan Ryan and Reverend Eric Poza, and we have Lee Hartman making magic in the treehouse. And very special guest today, the BlUUes Band, made up of some members and friends of the congregation. We have Marie Flowers, Mike Patton, Dave Como, Chris McCullough back there on drums, Dave Henson, Sainabu Diak, Jared Valdry, and Kevin Bourgeois. Please give them a warm welcome. It is so wonderful to be back, right? Doesn't it feel good? And to have music holding us through it. Remember that we have the wall of dolls. So as you come back to the congregation over the next few weeks or months, whenever it is you come back, please make a doll to symbolize yourself and then add it to the wall so that we can see our congregation represented. Next weekend is a big weekend. We have Reverend Steve Crump coming back to join us. He'll be sharing his covenant with the congregation and the ministers with us. It's also daylight savings time, so you're going to need to spring back. Is that right? Spring forward, which means we lose an hour, yeah? So you're going to need to come a little early to make sure you get some Steve, okay? Also next weekend is on Saturday an art journaling experience from 1 to 3. We'll be making prints on jelly, which is really fun. And then the next day on Sunday during middle hour, we'll be making collages with the material. You can come to one or either or both, but you can't come to neither. The next thing I want to share about with you is on April 3rd, will be Reverend Nathan Ryan's installation service. This is a big moment for the church, and we're going to have a lot of special guests coming to join us for this celebration. It's going to be wonderful. It'll be in the afternoon. And last, I want to thank you for wearing your mask in the sanctuary. We are still not through this pandemic. Leaders in the congregation are coming together to think about what our next steps are and how we manage our collective safety. But for today, we appreciate you and the band for wearing masks to show our love for each other. The last thing that I want to say is that blues music can make you feel some stuff, right? And it is okay to feel your feelings today. Let the music hold you in whatever it is you're feeling, and we welcome you to this blues experience.
This next song is about respect and acceptance, and it's about seeing the good in each other and seeking common ground. It's inspired by Unitarian Universalist principles of seeking justice and compassion in our relations, honoring the worth of every person, and acceptance of one another, and respecting all of our rights to a free and responsible search for meaning. It's also inspired by some of the teachings of Jesus, particularly John 8:7, in which Jesus says something like, "Let one of you who has never sinned, cast the first stone." That one statement of Jesus has always really resonated with me. So reflecting upon that helped me write this song. This song is called "We're Not So Different, Me and You."
We may be strangers, it is true, but we're not so different, me and you. Can we just live our lives the way we choose? In that part of your family, would you cast the first stone? If it's someone that you love, would you leave them all alone? We're not the same in every way, and how we love or how we pray. But can we just live our lives our own way? If it's someone that you know, knocking at your door, you turn them away, in the freezing cold. We may be strangers, it is true, but we're not so different, me and you. Can we just live our lives the way we choose?
Thank you all so much.
So, for the first time in 2 years, I believe this is going to be true today, we're going to have the cards table out for people to actually sign the cards again. So, to fill those of you who are within the last 2 years, we used to always, in the before times, we'd have cards that we'd send to everyone who's gone through stuff. Cards are coming back. Slowly but surely, we're bringing this church fully back. So I have a lot of things to announce today for Stones, and all of these are going to have cards out there. So I'm going to start with some of the news that is. So Sue Rayers is right now in treatment for cancer, so we're going to send a thinking of you card to her. And also we're thinking of John Wilkinson's sister, Pauline Cannon, as she's in ICU. So Eric, if you would come up, we have the deaths of 4 family members of church members to announce today. The first is Sherry Fair's uncle, Joe Ricard. He died recently. And the next 3 deaths all happened on Ash Wednesday. Marie Flowers' niece, Siobhan Flowers Ward, died after a short time on hospice. Holly Haymaker's son, Webb Haymaker. Webb Haymaker died Wednesday from suicide. And Marla Elsie's father, Marl Wayne Smith, died also on Wednesday he was killed during an attempted robbery. So this church exists to hold each other, and a bad week. Anyway, I invite those who wish to come forward either along the east or the west wall. Take a stone, let it represent whatever's in your heart, place it in the chalice bowl. Now invite those who wish to come forward as we place stones. And we say together, with hope to make this a better world, we light this flame. Its light is a symbol of the power of love.
From all that dwell below the skies, let songs of hope and faith arise. Let peace, goodwill on earth be sung, through every land, by every tongue.
From Matthew Taylor, Lamentations. Lamentations are the love language of the brokenhearted, hurt and crying for the living and dying. Lamentations are how the heart releases the excess of emotion, love, anger, disappointment, sadness, defeat, desperation, hope. Lamentations are the love language of Pandora's box, holding secrets and truths, the gentle heart, the sensitive mind, the body in motion living. sometimes loving, always working. Lamentations are a way to be seen and held and heard for once, so that the weeping, the stories behind the tears, are not silenced.
Imagine my grandma in the cotton fields. Imagine my grandma having a strong will. Imagine my grandma, her 12 kids in need, but 2 died and 10 left to feed. Imagine my grandma loving a man so hard. Imagine my grandma divine
drinking down her troubles with some low-down gambling man. Wake up, my darling. How can you sleep so late? The robbers are upon us. She's just standing at our gate. For the last time I seen darling Cora, she was standing at our door with her shoes and her stockings in her hand and her bare feet on the floor. Dig a hole in the meadow. Dig a hole in the cold, cold ground. Go dig a hole in the meadow, so I can lay darling Cory down. Wake up, my darling.
That song brings us so sweetly into a place of prayer. Please close your eyes as your body needs, and let's enter in to a deeper place. Spirit of life, love, and liberation. We ask that you be beside us, in front of us, or behind us when we are met with deep pain, with deep grief, and with deep joy. This congregation has heard some news that it will be holding for a few weeks, a few months, a few years. Remind us, Spirit, that we are here for each other, that we need each other, and that you are here for us. May the Spirit comfort us. May the Spirit guide us. May the Spirit never leave us. Amen.
Well, we share with one another in so many ways as we worship together. Let us take a moment for a tangible expression of the gratitude we have for being together, being in this community, and to express it generously. not only for the continued good works of this congregation, but always, as we do every Sunday, sharing with an organization in the community, doing good works in harmony with our Unitarian Universalist values. This Sunday and every Sunday in the month of March, we will be sharing our offering with the Capital Area Alliance for the Homeless. So we invite you to give generously as our offering is gratefully received.
We go through life from day to day. Don't think about the price we pay. We live our lives the way we choose. Carelessly we light the fuse. Water's rising all around. Water's rising. There's no way out to be found. Water's rising. Oh, it's rising all around. We burn our planet's life away. The water's rising every day. How do we stop this rising tide? Helplessly on we ride. Water's rising. Water's rising all around. Water's rising. There's no way out to be found. Water's rising. Oh, it's rising all around.
All three of the readings we've shared today that come from this book, BlUUes from Black Lives of UU, an anthology of love, justice, and liberation. And this showed up happily in my mail the other day. I'm delighted to share with you from Sophia Betancourt, Wade in the Water. Wade in the water, children. God's gonna trouble the water. I laughed along the low tide line at Stinson Beach, searching for absent sand dollars among the broken bits of shell lining the shore, remembering myself and whose spoils I was searching for. I approached the Pacific, risking a tongue lashing from her wet, rolling waters. Touching hand from heart to water, returning to heart, I made signs of reverence, no longer struggling to stay dry. I heard the rippling waves of her mocking voice, of her laughing voice, mocking my frustrated searching, amusement ripe in my failure. Come into my waters, she purred. Allow me to shape you, and you may gather my gifts. Shape me? Would my jagged edges soften like the finest beach glass? Or would I be ground into dust, scattered around my brethren in the dunes? Wading in her waters left me transformed in just moments. My boots became soggy, pants pushed above my knees, completely saturated, no matter how I rolled them. And she showered me in sand dollars, a basketful. I spent an hour in those waters, leaving Stinson Beach with the color high in my cheeks, pants wet to mid-thigh, hair blown in every direction. The unneeded pieces of myself crumbled up, riding grittily in the spaces between my toes. Like a conch shell held close to the ear, the wave's song still sings in the open vessel of my being. Wade in the water, children, wade.
If death comes for me tonight, girl, I want you to know that I love you, yeah, yeah. And no matter how hard I wouldn't dare, only to you I would reveal my tears. So if the police come looking, tell them I ain't home tonight, messing around with you, it's gonna get me live. But every look I take into those eyes, man, you're worth that sacrifice. This is the kind of love my mom used to warn me about. Oh, I'm in trouble, I'm in real big trouble. If this is the kind of love that old folks used to warn me about, hey, I'm in trouble, I'm in real big trouble. I feel like I'm a prisoner, think I'm trapped here for a while, yeah, yeah. And every breath I fight to take, it's hard as for walls I wanna break, yeah. And if you come home tonight, messing around with me is gonna get you alive. Hey, yo, who's scared? But every time I look into your eyes, then it's worth the sacrifice. It's worth the sacrifice. Who's scared? This is the kind of love my mom used to warn me about. Oh, I'm in trouble, I'm in real big trouble. If this is the kind of love the old folks used to warn you about, oh, you're in trouble, you're in real big trouble. shot me through my soul. Oh, 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 yeah. Feel my body getting cold, so cold. Someone please call 911.
Could you do that for me?
Tell them I just got shot down, and the bullets in my heart, and it pierced me through my soul. Oh, 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 yeah. Feel my body getting cold.
It is such a pleasure to be a part of this tradition here at this church, where we wrap in the dynamics of blues music into a Sunday worship service. The blues have been a crucial part of the American music scene, but also a critical part of the movement for collective liberation. Blues music was and is a revolutionary art form where African Americans have created their own healing practices through music. This music represents the opposing voice that refuses to be silenced by oppression and continued segregation. Blues music comes from the call and response tradition of enslaved plantation workers and is a unique music form that reflects the power of the indomitable human spirit. The blues is music of healing, hope, and emotional connection, and survival. It provides a way for musicians and their audience to express creativity and to find a common ground, a unity among us. Blues music helps us communicate empathy to each other as it tells our stories, our heart aches, our heart breaks, and we can all relate to these stories in some way. There is something about the blues for me that is gritty, dirty, that makes my feet want to grind down deeper into the soil, into the earth. Perhaps for me, blues music is a grounding practice, allowing me to feel grounded and connected in the midst of pain. Perhaps it allows us all that, the ability to ground down or lift up, so that we can continue to bear pain and continue to resist oppression. When blues music is at its best, it's a oneness of pain and pleasure, defeat and exaltation, sadness and joy. You may have already felt that today. The blues is a way of saying things that are very painful, deep and poignant, with a feeling of ease. In the very best blues, the pain changes because of the music. It changes into something lighter. And we crave that our pain be lightened. That is natural desire. But blues music encourages us to sit with that pain for a bit, to be okay with the pain. The pain is also natural. So we can sit with and even enjoy the pain, letting the music hold us and take us on a healing journey. This is the gift of the blues, the gift given us to us by people forced from their lands to work on stolen lands. The gift to have a place to hold the pain, because the pain must be held. We cannot run away from the pain. That is more damaging than the short-term relief that running away provides. The blues shows us how deep that desire is, that desire for healing and lightness. Because in the blues, people have taken some of their saddest feelings and shown even these can be given form, even these can make for beauty. This is when the blues can feel good and can do good. When we play the blues, the blue notes are flattened notes instead of the expected major note, which means musically, you can't just hang on to that note forever. At some point, you need to let go of it and come to a resolution. It is through the resolution of the note that we can appreciate the deepness of the sorrow in the sound, but also come to know in a feeling way that there is a way forward. I want to end with a quote from Eli Siegel. He writes, "The most cheerful fact in man's history is that the presentation of sadness in art, the drama, poetry, could please people. And this meant that grief was closer to happiness than people surmised. There are quite a few people listening with satisfaction to music that is sad, and also tragedy has been enjoyed. The meaning of this is the most hopeful thing in the world." Amen, Ashe, and blessed be the blues.
It wouldn't be a blues service unless I did a shout out to John Wilkinson. Love you.
Look at me and they just frown.